what, say this, that, and the other. They'll never come and sit where you are and insult me. Never would. They never would come where you are and insult me. Because you know what? The time would end for them. And I'd be back doing on the murder charge. All them can keep where they are. Was never took a punch in the ear in their life. You know, I've got plenty of punches in the ear. And at the end of the day, if they want to say something to me and derogatize me, come and do it where we can say, okay, me and you here, let's step outside now and have a go. There'll be no messing about. Come on, we'll have a go now. I don't need any 12-week training camps for me. I'll have a go down today. You know what I'm saying? Well, here's messages for all them wankers. Stay where you are. Keep away from me and my family. You're not needed. Don't like you. Don't want to see you. I've only got time for nice people like over here.
Yeah. Oh, fucking twat.
What's good, everybody? Who we got in the house? Big Rick from across the pond. What's good with you, Rick? Hope you're well, brother. Lizard, salute to you, my good man. It was cracking seeing you the other day at work. I hope you're well, brother. Thanks for coming through. Jared, salute to you, bro. I'll buzz you in the morning, Jared, about tomorrow's live, mate. Be glad to get you back on. Gary Tracy, salute to you from across the border. Hey, lads and chat. Hope everyone's well. Yeah, very well. Thanks for coming through. So, I just want to quickly start just by giving Diego Jota and his brother Andre Silva, who tragically died in a car accident yesterday in Spain. As a fan of the sport, my second love for the sport. Obviously, boxing's my number one sport, but football is my also a very big passion of mine. Tragically news, Diego Jota and his brother passed away yesterday in a car accident in Spain. Condolences go out to the family and all the friends. Absolute tragedy. Yeah, and all the Liverpool fans. It's a shame. I don't know really what else to say. It's just bad news, man. As a football fan, yeah, I'm not a Liverpool fan, but you've got to pass your condolences on, man, to such a tragic accident where both of them passed away yesterday. May them rest in peace. And I'm sure they'll be up there looking down on Liverpool and all the family and that. But, yeah, rest in peace to the pair of them. Right, having said that, and having not done that, Tyrone, salute to you, my good man. You can jump on tomorrow if you want to. I'm going live for the Catterall fight tomorrow, brother. Catterall and Harlem Eubank. So you're more than welcome to jump on. Got Jared, my partner in crime from down there in Wales. He'll be joining me tomorrow. That was a terrible accident. Feel for their families. Rest in peace, both. Absolutely, Jared. Salute to you, my good man. Yeah, may them rest in peace. Boxing Kangaroo, here he is, the crazy dude from down under. Good day to you, mate. Loz, you fucking legend. Salute to you, my good man. Salute to you. Hope you're well, brother. Thomas Doyle, salute to you, my good man. I hope you're well, brother. Right, let's get into it then. Let's get into it because I've got shitloads I want to get through in this next hour and a half. So, this live stream is called 3 is the Magic Number. Mr. Tyson Fury, as we all know, has come back out saying that he will, well, he said, not what I've seen, he said he's coming back, but he's saying, he's dropping the ends. He's coming back anyway. We all know he's coming back. What have I been banging on about for the last couple of months? I said this guy will be waiting in the wings to see what happens with Usyk and Dubois, and he will go on to fight the winner. I believe, this is just speculation, I believe he will go on to fight the winner of Dubois versus Usyk. If Dubois wins, I believe he fights Dubois next. If Usyk wins, I believe he fights Alexander Usyk next. It's a win-win-win for Mr. Fury, and I also do believe if Usyk wins or Dubois wins, whoever wins, Tyson Fury will fight them next. And I also believe that Anthony Joshua will go on to fight the winner of them. That's just speculations, but let's have a quick listen to what Mr. Fury had to say the other day.
Listen, when it comes to your potential return to the WEC, I've said that they would rank you at the number one spot should you return. They give you that opportunity. If Daniel Dubois does beat Alexander Usyk, Frank Warren has said that he's not really comfortable with making the fight between you and Dubois. Is that a fight that you'd push for, though?
If I did come back, hypothetically speaking, if I was to return and I was to box Daniel Dubois, I would box that motherfucker's ears off. He wouldn't land the glove on me. It'd be a one-sided beatdown. But listen, I wish him luck in his fight against Usyk, but styles make fights, you know what I mean? And his style and my style don't gel.
Final one, Usyk, Dubois or Anthony Joshua, who would you rather fight? Just hypothetically.
Who would I rather fight right now? Usyk. Because I want me revenge in England. That's all I want. I want a fair shout. And I don't believe I've got a fair shout the last 2 times. So I don't know what I'm going to have to do because I can't leave it go to the decision. I'm going to have to knock the cunt out. But yeah, that's the one I want. But if I don't get that, then it'd be Joshua, the biggest British fight that will ever happen. And it would break all records. And it would sell out 100,000 at Wembley in an hour. And it's a fight that I think can happen for sure if I decide to come back and the deal's right and all the other shit that goes with it.
So, the deluded one's back. Still complaining.
When it comes to...
Sorry, my bad. Still complaining about the result. So, let's see what a few people have got to say in the chat. Greedy Belly is going night-night. Boxing Kangaroos put Turkey is a scumbag if he don't let Joe Parker have a shot. Absolutely. Thomas Doyle's put Belen clown, ruthless. Big Rick's here. He's put if Usyk versus Fury 3 happens, I think Usyk retires after that fight, Loz. Yes, I believe so because he's stated so many times that he's only got 2 fights left, and one being the bums. So it's gonna. I really don't know, but I think he will retire. He'll fight either Anthony. I don't know. I think it'll be AJ or Fury. Why the fuck does he deserve a fight in England? Yeah, he got schooled twice. Well, this is now my honest opinion. Boxing Monkey, salute you, my good man. I'll read your comment in a minute. My honest opinion, I thought the first fight was close, but not close as in it was like that. It was a lot closer for me than the second fight. The second fight, for me, Usyk dominated the whole of that fight. But you could quite clearly see, for me anyway, watching both fights, he didn't do enough to win any of them fights. But he's outrageous to come out and say that he got robbed in the second fight and the first fight, but more so the second fight. That Belland is like a mold. He just will not go away. A mold, yeah, he will just not go away. You're right. I'm just switch this fan on a second. Fucking boiling. You're right. He won't. Now I've always said, and Thomas Doyle's been saying it as well. He was never. Well, we all knew he had never gone away, but he's put himself now in this position now where he's guaranteed a shot, I believe, at either one, because I think if Usyk wins, he'll go on to fight him. They're talking about April, but if Dubois wins, I think he'll fight Dubois anyway. They'll make that fight like that. Frank Warren may not want it, but at the end of the day, Tyson Fury is the cash cow. How I see it, whether or not people agree with me, Tyson Fury is the cash cow for Frank Warren. He will sell more tickets, in my eyes, than what Dubois will. or Fabio Wardley or whoever, Joe Parker, Ajit Kabayel, Tyson Fury will sell more tickets. And I think we all know how Sly Bricktop is. That's how I believe it's going to happen. Loz, could you rely on the current from the Fury above Kabayel? Kabayel has fought everyone and looked brilliant. Yes, I totally agree with you. I've been banging the drum myself for a long time. About Kabayel and Parker. Frozen out. Ajit Kabayel, this come up the other day. Was it last week? Ajit Kabayel set for a German homecoming this autumn. Who's it going to be? Derek Chisora? Because it ain't going to be Fury. It ain't going to be no world title shot unless them belts get scattered. He's here, triple knee. Usyk should get criticised if he fights him again. You've got a fair point. You have got a fair point, yes. And so should Turkey. You've got a fair point. Parker got ducked. Absolutely he did. Fury still thinks he's the main man calling the shots. Cop. Yeah. And as much as it pains me to say it, Thomas, he is in a sort of a way because he is a cash cow. As much as that a lot of people have now lost a lot of love for Tyson Fury, he's still got a very, very big army out there. I mean, you only have to look on like his social media, his Instagram, stuff like that. He's got, is he like 4 or 5 million subscribers and stuff like that. So people still like him. I mean, I don't want people to not like him. What I want is for people to do the right thing and give Kabayel and Parker a shot because they've pretty much been pissed all over. And for the love of God, I cannot understand why Kabayel and Parker are still with Bricktop. But Bricktop's pretty much got the whole heavyweight division on lockdown. Who wins, Fury or Kabayel? I think Kabayel easy. I wouldn't say easy, but I think Kabayel because for me, Fury's legs are shot, and I think Kabayel with his body shots, he wouldn't take many of them. If Zhang couldn't take many of them, he isn't going to take many of them. Kabayel will slow him down like fuck with the body shots and then go to work on him. It'll be a good fight. Don't get me wrong, because Fury, I've got to give Fury credit. Fury can fight, man. There's no denying that. Well, for me, the kid can fight, man. He's got a great jab. See, and he has got a good IQ, but his legs are shot now. But these young ducks, someone said it, like they still think they're the main dogs. You're not the main dogs anymore. There's a new breed of heavyweights what are trying to come through, but for some unknown fact, they're not getting the chance. So let me switch this light on. So I don't honestly know. Take that off there before it ends up fucking burning. Low IQ, everyone. Wizard, salute to you, man. Usyk should fight Parker, and Usyk did more pay-per-views on Fury when he fought Chisora. All right, fair enough. I didn't know that. Boxing Kangaroos put facts. Lost. The heavyweight division needs a shake-up. It really does. I've been saying this for a long time, man. It stinks to high heaven. If Dubois fights Kabayel, I'll forgive the duck on Parker. Yeah, me too. Times put Kabayel, Bacoli or a Jagba as a stay busy. Who fought I? Fury. Pray Usyk wins. Yeah, Kabayel's output at the heavyweight is unrivaled. Yeah. The older guys are champions in their own division. Yeah, they are. But they have been, and they're not, though, now. Fury's not a champion. AJ's not a champion. So, for me, I don't know what Joseph Parker has to do. What does Parker have to do to get a title shot? He got fucking shot all over off the bums. That was a plain duck, that. And Frank's saying he's going to be fighting who? Derek Chisora, because that's who they're on about him fighting. And I mean, I'm not being horrible, but for me, I don't want to see that fight again. I've made my video and it's still up on the archives. And I said I do not want to see Derek Chisora in a ring again after that beatdown what he got off Joseph Parker in the second fight. And that was 4 years ago, 2021. You said, well, fuck Daniel, runny nose, Dubois up. The rematch is pointless apart from a nut shot tells me around the cunt won. Yeah, you're ruthless, you. Tyre, but for Caballero, he can fight Bacoli or a Jagba to stay busy. Yes, I agree. But the reason, yeah, you see, Ty, when you put it like that, it's very hard because why should he have to? But at the same time, if he doesn't, then he's getting rusty. But Bacoli's I still think Bacoli's a dangerous fighter. I do. I really do, even though. And Ajagba's a dangerous fighter. I still think they're dangerous. I mean, I would put Caballero favourite to beat them both. But you never know. He might have an off day at the office. Parker could punch Frank Warren like Mike Tyson. Yeah, I want Dubois to take a knee for a laugh. Ruthless. Boxing Monkeys put Fury must beat a top opponent once in his life to get a shot. Yeah, Avatar, I haven't seen you for a while. I hope you're well. Jagba, underrated. Yeah, I hope you're well anyway, brother. Rumour has it Turkey pretends to be Fury's friend so he does not mess around. Shite fish eyes, yeah, wizard, is that the grin. Right, so it's just, for me, the whole fucking situation stinks. Like Jared, I spoke to Jared on the phone yesterday. Like Jared said, how does it warrant that this guy has gone away and said that he's retired, and then 4 or 5 months later he's back, and he's gonna be fighting Usyk? It's the same situation with the Manny Pacquiao Barrios fight. Pacquiao's been retired for 4 years. How the hell do you come back from retirement after 4 years and leapfrog past all the ranking system and go straight into the fucking world title shot? And all them top 15 who are ranked and the ones below them as well don't get a say. He's fucking crazy, man. And then there's talk about Conor Benn fighting the winner of Barrios Pacquiao. What's Conor Benn done to deserve a shot? You got busted for peds. You've been out the ring for 3 years. Yes, you had a tremendous fight with Eubanks, and it was a good fight, but you lost. So how do you then get a shot from fighting for 3 years, your last 3 fights at 154, 2 fights at 154, 1 at 160, and then drop straight down to 147 and catapult to be fighting the winner of Barrios Pacquiao? It really doesn't make any sense. Do you think Turkey plays Fury? I don't think so, because maybe a little bit, but I don't think so really, because how has Turkey allowed Fury to come back and be fighting Usyk in April, so they're talking about? And Turkey's ringing him up saying, we want you back. Or Fury rung him, whatever, but Turkey's saying, we want you back, we want you back. Now, he is a character, but for me, like I said in my video, he's done too much damage for me to get behind him. I don't want to see him get hurt or anything like that, but you've got to get to the back of the line, man. You lost twice. And if I'm honest, I don't want to see Usyk Fury again. What's the point? What is the point? There's no point in having a trilogy if you got beat twice. Now, if it was on everyone's lips that, and all the boxing pundits that, yeah, it was a dead close fight and we should run it back, then fair enough, I'm all for it. But it wasn't. You got beaten comfortably sound. You got beaten fair and square. So what's the fucking point? Exactly, mate. It's a joke. What else can Parker do? I don't know, Wizard. That's what I mean. You're right. What can he do? The rankings should now be called wankings. But you're right. Love it. But you're right. I want to see AJ Miller. That's a good fight. We were talking about that the other day, weren't we, Lizard? I would like to see that. Triple Knee's put. You've got to turn back to Triple Knee. You really have got to. That's a classic name, man. And I'm sure I've seen someone steal that in the comment section. Thomas, I was talking to Thomas. AJ versus Fury for me. Battle of the Usyk Sons. Yeah, that's the fight what makes more sense, Boxing Kangaroo. That's the fight what makes more sense for Tyson Fury. And to be honest, I think he earns a shed load more money than what he would do fighting Usyk. That's the fight what makes for me anyway, and I think for a lot of people, boxing monkeys put Battle of the Bridesmaids. Rick's talking to Lizard. Can you imagine the outrage if they announce Joshua versus Usyk 3? It very well could happen. I honestly believe this is, like I say, this is just speculation. Can you please smash the like button? Because it really does help the channel grow, because my lives just don't seem to be like, I don't know if they're getting out there. I don't know if it's YouTube, but if you hit the like button, it really, really, I don't like begging, you know me, but it really does help the channel grow. So I want to try and get to 4,000 by the end of the year if I can. Imagine the outrage. Yeah. So yeah, to answer that question, Jared, this is just speculation for me, but I believe Fury is sat tight, and I do believe AJ is as well. They're waiting. I've said it for a long time, waiting to see what goes on in the background. But I honestly believe, right? I honestly believe that Fury will fight the winner of the Bums and Usyk. Whoever wins, he will fight the winner. And then I believe Anthony Joshua may fight the winner of Fury and whoever wins out of Usyk. That's just how I see it. Miller can get off his juice. Yeah, I'm going to come and talk about Miller, because there was a great comment what somebody left the other day in one of the boxing channels, and I thought, you know what, you're fair what you're saying. My personal wish list is Wilder versus Stavern, free to settle it. You're fucking mad. Read the Thomas comment, Loz, please. Have I missed it? Let me scroll down. Thomas. Rankings should be called wankings. I've read that. Unless he's put another one. Juju. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, now let's chat. Yeah. He was on Frotch show calling out AJ yesterday. I know he was. I'm going to come to him now, and we can come back to this. Lennox would have walked straight through today's division. Totally agree. Hit the likes, lads. Oh, cheers, Jared. Thank you. Barrios says, shit, bless him. Oh, ruthless. Hit 2 likes for you. Oh, salute to you, my good man. Thank you very much. Come on, boys and girls, get the button pressed. Oh, man, thank you. Triple Knees, but AJ Fury, they need to stop pissing around. Yeah, I honestly don't believe that fight will ever happen. It's like for me, that's that boat sailed a long time ago. It's like the fucking Wilder AJ. That's just not going to happen. It's never going to happen. And to be honest, if it did now, I'd watch it, yeah, but I'm not. I wouldn't make a video about it or anything. After seeing Deontay Wilder last week, and who knows what Anthony Joshua's got left after the pasting what he got off the Dubois. I mean, look how many years it took for him to let his hands go after Snickers man bounced him all around the place. So I don't know. I'll just read this chat and then I'll talk about Miller quickly, and then we can go on to other things. I'll come back to this. Does Miller need to sleep with AJ's mum to get the fight? He sent AJ crazy, yeah. Why doesn't Fury want to fight Joshua anyway? Because he might have the style to beat him, AJ. There's one thing with Anthony Joshua, and he won't lose his power. He might lose his speed, he might lose his reflex and his footwork or whatever. Not that he's really ever had much footwork, I don't think. I think Joshua's very flat-footed and he doesn't have much movement side to side. But he's always had that. He's got that power to put you away if he catches you clean. I'd be number one if the rankings were ranking, because I'm one every time the boat crosses illegals just to please my juju master. You're off your fucking nut, man. AJ is not to blame. No, is he? Miller reckons Joshua reacted to Joshua. AJ never denied he has used examples. Yeah, right. Let's talk about this then, because big baby. I actually like Big Baby Miller, even though he is a peds cheat. He's a prolific peds cheat. But did any of you see this the other day? Frotch on fighting. Well, according to Miller, he was going to put it to Frotch, but it was a lot of hugging and kissing. It was none of that shit. But fucking hell, Frotch is a serious bad hater, man, of Anthony Joshua. Proper hates him. But Miller reckons Anthony Joshua, he's asked him 4 times for the fight. And Anthony Joshua said no. And for some unknown reason, Miller's obsessed with Anthony Joshua. He's obsessed with wanting to fight him. He's always hated him, and I don't know why. But you were your own fault. You screwed that fight up by fucking popping. Not Anthony Joshua, you. But Frotchy boy was doing a bit of backpedaling yesterday. To me, it seemed like he was doing a little bit of rimming to Big Baby Miller. But Miller is a character. And this is why I want Miller to get I don't think he deserves a shot at the titles, but Miller needs to be in the mix because he is a handful and he is a dangerous fighter for some of these fighters. He's not the best skilled fighter, but the man's got he's got a granite chin, man, and he throws a shitload of volumes of punches. He can break a lot of fighters down, which I believed he would have done the bums. AJ's mum said that Miller hits hard, apparently. AJ and Khan have got their chins from the cheap shop in China, yeah. Miller has one of the best chins in current boxing. It's concrete, absolutely fact boxing, monkey. Miller versus AJ for the memes, yeah. Tyrone's put, can Miller figure out a fight first that he won't pull out of? Good point. The Cobra. Yeah. I think AJ and Miller had beef. Yeah, they did. AJ never denied he had exemptions. Yeah, read that. Frotch stopped talking shite when Miller sized him up. Started talking. Yeah, he did. Yeah, Miller is a character, all right. Yeah, so Miller was winning some rounds, even though... Exactly. He nearly... Jared, you watched that with me, didn't you? Me, you, and... I think Tyrone was with us. We went live. And Miller nearly made him quit in round 2, and was it round 4? He looked like he did not want to be there. Miller's a fucking handful, man. He's a handful. He would have beaten Fabio Wardley, I think. And nothing against Fabio. It's the defensive thing I have a problem with Fabio Wardley. That defense is wide open. Wide open. Right, this is what somebody left in the comment section. Miller popped dirty 6 years ago. Isn't 6 years ago isn't a valued excuse for why he can't fight Joshua now. Exactly not when Joshua keeps trying to rematch White, even though White has popped dirty more than Miller. And when people are calling for Joshua versus Fury, even Fury is also a drugs cheat. Miller has been clean for years now, so there's no excuse for any more. Miller versus Joshua should happen. Miller versus Wilder should happen. I tell you what, I don't know about you lot, but I completely agree with that comment, what that man put. I think that is a cracking comment, and that's why I screenshotted it, because I think it's true. Too many people, strangeness, Salute G's put, I always love martial arts, but I watch boxing less. Even recently, I feel like boxing has been 8 years false promise. Yeah, I don't blame you, mate. I don't blame you. Miller might have destroyed Fabio. I think he possibly could have. But that comment, right, I think that's bang on, because when I was reading Frotchi's comment, the comments in Frotchi's channel, he was getting hammered. Everyone called him Juice said. That's right. That's very right. And you've got a right too. But let's not get it twisted, right? Canelo Alvarez is a drugs cheat. Conor Benn is a drugs cheat. Billy Joe Saunders is a drugs cheat. Dillian White is a prolific drugs cheat who's popped 3 times in boxing, once in kickboxing. But nobody says a thing about that. But everyone wants to hammer Miller. So what should be good for the goose should be good for the gander. Do you know what I mean? Whenever I've made videos calling Dillian White a drugs cheat, I've been hammered for it, or people have said, "Oh, fucking move on. He got found not guilty." How did he get found not guilty when he didn't prove any evidence? Especially on the last time and the second time, third time. Where was his B sample? That never turned up. So I think for all these people hammering Miller, we should hammer them as well. And there's not just them, there's other people. Was it Jamie Mungao? He popped not so long ago. The other lad, the British lad who popped not so long ago, the little fella. So he is what he is. But I agree with that comment. Yeah, what's my friend? Tuma versus White if he fights Miller, yeah? And Tuma versus White if he wins fight Miller, yeah? That'd be a good test for him. That's what I'm saying. There's these young lads coming up, and Miller's not a young lad, but he's not an old lad, but they are coming. Miller's a handful for some of these people, and I want to see him in the mix. I want to see these heavyweights like how the 90s used to be, where they were fighting every few months. Everyone was mixing it up. But the heavyweight division just stinks, man. No action. It's all lip service. Miller barely threw any punches and nearly made the bums quit. Well, that's ruthless and gas. That's ruthless, but he did in some parts of the fight. 100% agree. I reckon AJ would have been on something at some point as well. I defo defended AJ a lot in the past, but I really think he's as much as a ducker as anyone else. Good point. That's a fair point. I couldn't argue with that. Even though AJ's got a better resume than Fury, he sort of, especially his last 4 opponents. Come on, Ngannou, Otto the Negative Wiley, the Swedish Rug, the man who comes to lie down. a Ped's cheat sparring partner who he knew like the back of his hand, and a former steel worker who nearly beat him up. Jermaine Franklin was fucking him up, and he was asking fucking, was it Ben Davis? Well, no, it wasn't Ben Davison then, was it? It might have been, or was it Robert fucking Newsy? He was asking him, what do I do? That fucking baffled me when he did that. What should I do? And he did the same shit when Ruiz was beating him up. He asked Rob McCracken, what should I do? I swear the audio's out there on YouTube. I've heard it loads of times. But yeah, Povetkin was a ped cheat as well. Perfect comment. Povetkin was done for peds and AJ fought him. White too, and AJ fought him. Yeah, himself probably had something. You fucking bang on. Oh yeah, and AJ had no problem taking the fight with Fury for talking with Fury for a fight when he's popped. Exactly. Aaron Hayes, salute to you, but hi, salute to you. Hope you're well. Thanks for coming through. Strangeness. I hope I'm saying you right. I'm terrible. I'm freaking dumb as fuck, man. Miller knows how to promote himself, knows how to create interest. Is that's worth its weight in gold for me. My eyes are terrible, man. Yeah, Miller's a good shit. He's the best shit talker out there, I think. For me, anyway. Closely followed by Tyson Fury and then Rolly Ramirez. Miller would have battered Fabio. I think he would have. Especially after watching what that Justice Uni did to him. Justice Uni was fucking him up. I didn't give did they give Fabio one round? I think it was only because the latter half of round 2 he come on strong. But apart from that, I gave Justice Uni every single round. He absolutely schooled him. I don't care how much of the technique. Let me read that. I don't care how much of the technique you are the hardcore fan. If you want to feel like a fight matters, then just not just a good fight. Yeah, Miller was a troll. Yeah, Miller is good for boxing. I think he is. He reminds me of. I don't know who that is. I hope it's just jumped on me. Sorry, I missed some of this because it's just jumped on me. Bend over, said AJ. Roll the dice. AJ called Dubois shit and got laid out. James Jameson, here he is, the crazy man from up north. Hello, Big Loz. Did you get 50p in the pay packet? Yeah, I did. Yeah. And it went straight in the mirror. What have I done? I've just taken his wrench off him. Sorry. I just took your wrench off you by accident. Strangeness, but I'll give it you back, mate. No worries, brother. I'll just give it you back. AJ right now reminds me of Conor McGregor when he wants turning up to a presser, not doing interviews. It's like AJ has is distant from the fans. Yeah, I felt that for him for a while. Ungrateful could be a good point. Yeah. He's not done a lot of interviews since Dubois beat him anyway. Everyone struggles with my name. All good, mate. Oh, salute to you. Thank you. I'll just call you Stranger. Strangers in the dark. Is it Strangers in the night, innit? Salute to you anyway. Triple Knee. Please change that name back to Triple Knee. You've got to. If Miller came in shape, I reckon Dubois' fight would have been different. Yeah. Now, I seen somebody put in a comment section, what's he wanting a fight with fucking Fabio Wardley for when he got flattened off? Daniel Dubois. And I was like, no, he didn't. No, he didn't at all. He got stopped in the last 10 seconds and he was still on his feet. He didn't get knocked down. I've read that. Miller is not the sharpest knife in the shed. No, he's not. Ruiz, Wardley would be decent. Yes, you were talking about that. I think that's a very dangerous fight because of simply Ruiz is an excellent counterpuncher. I can't say anything about drugs. before work today. I had hay fever tablets, and it levelled myself out in this NDP. Oh, salute to you. Hooney boxed brilliant against Wardley. Yes, he did. I want to see Justice Hooney come back again. I want to see him thrown in the mix because that kid's got some great skill, man. Very good fighter. Get some reading glasses, £1 from Poundland. Do you know what, right? I've been wanting glasses for ages, but I need them for driving as well, but I refused to wear them because my mate said I look like Trevor McDonald off fucking News at 10. And when he said that years ago, I just thought, fuck it, I just put it off. But you cheeky cunt. So I've just put it off. I think Ruiz can beat the Burger King. Yeah, I think Ruiz takes out Fabio. It sounds like I'm hating on him, but I just see him as Joe Joyce 2.0. I think he's got raw power. He's got a heart of gold. He's got serious dog in him. But Fabio, please, man, do work on that defense. Work on keeping them arms up, man. Your guard's too low for me. You're a walking time bomb waiting to go off. I think AJ gets away with someone questionable stuff because he ain't as arrogant as Fury. Yeah, AJ's still got a couple of fights left. I'd give him Wilder to punch about. Yeah, Sugar Josie Parker's been robbed, and I hate boxing. I'm with you, mate. I'm with you. Fury and AJ. That's why everyone wants. Yeah, big baby on the Viagra lol. Yeah, Big Loz needs a pair like Dennis Taylor. Yeah. I've always thought AJ would have the style to beat Fury, but I think that Fury can get hurt and fight back and turn the tables, whereas AJ can't. I imagine Fury winning, and I think about it. I think you could be right there. I always had AJ to beat Fury, but AJ can't shake up when he's hit. That's it. He stays hit. He's one of them fighters who seems to struggle that he can't shake off, or it takes him ages to shake it off when he's been stunned. He sort of like just stays stunned for ages, for a round or two. So you could be right there, and I do believe Fury has got way better recovery powers than Anthony Joshua. So Trevor McDonald, yeah, Fabio has been exposed. Good point. Yes. Here he is, main man, Gil Coles from across the pond. Salute, big bro. Good to see you on live. Oh, salute, Gil. Salute to you, my good man. I hope you're well, Gil. Long-time subscriber. Hope you're well. Big Rick, he's put Loz. Big Baby Miller might be the new bogeyman of the heavyweight division. Could be, man. The man wants fights. Jared Anderson don't want fighting, and he's telling lies, saying that the fight's done. I think Big Baby Miller destroys Gerard Anderson, and do you know why? Because I think Miller made a very valued point on Frotch on fighting. He said he's a bit too young yet. He's another couple of fights or another year or two. He'll be more seasoned. He'll be ready for him. And I think that Bacoli defeat might have taken a little setback to him, whereas he might just need to just have a few bum fights and work his way back up. And I think he was right. I think Big Baby Miller made an actual valid point about that. Klitschko could have smashed him, yeah. I reckon Miller could have beaten Dubois if he came in shape, yes. Caballel is the new bogeyman, yes he is. But that's a good fight, Miller Caballel. I tell you what, I'd definitely want to watch that. That's a good ass fight, that. I don't care what anyone says. Big Baby Miller has got a fucking brilliant chin, and he comes to fight. He's got a fucking brilliant chin. He's one hard man to fucking... Even when Dubois stopped him, did the ref really need to jump in for them last 10 seconds? Yes, he was buzzed, but to my knowledge, he threw a couple of punches back. He got buzzed on the ropes in the corner. There's no way Miller would have dropped off 10 seconds. He might have done if it had carried on, say, into another minute, but I don't believe in 10 seconds. Triple Knee's going to get a serious beating off Usyk. I think so. But don't rule out, though. If Dubois catches Usyk clean, it could be good night. It could be good night. They pissed Usyk off, yeah. Sugar Josie Parker is the people's champ. I think so. Charlene, salute to you, sweetheart. She's put hi. Hi to you. I hope you're well. I want to get off this subject in a minute because I've got other ones to talk about. Miller has a better chin than Joyce. Absolutely he does. He really does. Miller might be the guy who beats Usyk. Well, stranger things have happened. I could definitely not see Usyk stopping Miller. I could see him completely outpointing him, but I couldn't see. Miller's got quite fast hands for a big dude as well. Sounds like I'm bigging Miller up, but I suppose I am, because I think, like I said, that comment before, that comment for me summed up why I believe Miller does deserve a shot. When other fighters are popping and no one says anything, and they're all getting shots. I think Usyk will get up even if the bar clips him. Usyk has a good chin. Yeah, he has, but I guess we'll see, lol. Miller is smaller. Is that similar? Excuse me one sec. Is similar to Chisora, but has more youth, and he's bigger and heavier. I think Chisora has more power, but Jarrell has more volume. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Miller's a bigger guy. Chisora hits harder. They're both small, stocky, unique men. Well, not small, but small compared to some of the heavyweights. What are they both 6 foot plus? 6 foot, something like that. But that's not massive for an heavyweight these days. But they're both solid. And yes, I believe Derek does it harder than Miller. But Miller is still. I think with Miller, it's the volumes of punches what breaks his opponents down. If this is Usyk's last fight, I think it could be, but I think he will. I think he'll have one more. Miller will call out AJ if he beats Usyk. Yeah, he would do. Usyk would land that many punches on Miller that he would think it was. It would be free with him. There is a thing with Miller. He's heavy and has a chin, so you connect with him. He doesn't move. Yeah, good point. 6'3" is small for a heavyweight these days. Yeah, absolutely. Froch would bat a big baby. I don't think so. Froch backpedaled for me. He was doing a bit of rimming yesterday. I don't know. Sometimes I like Frochy, but sometimes I don't. I don't see why. Mind you, suppose I do. Sometimes you hate on people. I don't hate on people, but sometimes I can drag out a subject too long, you know what I mean, like over the few weeks. Right, let's talk about this, because Big Rick, I did see it come up, but it was after Big Rick had texted me. Big Rick, the boxing encyclopedia. Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. Wow. That's a risky fight. I've got to give Devin Haney his accolades for taking this fight. For me, I think he gets knocked out. I don't believe... This is just my opinion. I don't believe Devin Haney, from what I saw in that Jose Ramirez fight, he seems like he's lost ever since Ryan Garcia bounced him all around the ring. And to go in with, did he call him the assassin? Brian the Assassin Norman. Big puncher, man. Massive puncher. Probably scored knockout, if not knockout of the year. Haney hasn't got the power to trouble. He could outbox him. Probably Haney might be the better boxer. I don't know. But for me, that's a dangerous, dangerous fight, man. And I give him credit for taking it because he said he wanted that smoke. Miller has a kickboxing. Yeah, he does. Comes from kickboxing. Miller destroys Frotch. I think Frotch is a prick. Frotch is the next James Bond. Yes, sir, Lazar. Salute to you, Rick. Frotch was like a church mouse between Miller and Chisora. The fraud. Well, yeah, he's done a lot of backpedaling lately. Carl Frotch has. Big Belly Miller would think he's surrounded. Haney gets credit for this. Yes, he does. I was talking to Wizard. Haney does not duck anyone, but at 28, he looks a shot fighter. Good point, Boxing Monkey. I was listening to the OG the other day, and he was making some good points. You know, just because he didn't look good in his last fight, it doesn't mean that he couldn't box his way out to a victory, which he possibly could do. But for me, what very little I've seen of that Brian Norman Jr., he's a serious pressure fighter I think he's got very fast hands, and he's a ruthless fighter. Will Haney be on his back foot all night like he was against Ramirez, stinking the place out, doing all that backpedaling, playing it safety first? I don't think. Will he be trying to trick Brian Norman Jr. to come on in and catch him coming in? But I just don't believe Haney's got the power to even trouble Brian Norman Jr. He's pretty much pillar-fisted, isn't he, Haney? I think that's a very... I give him credit for it, but I think Haney might get seriously hurt in that fight. And if he does, like the OG was saying, it could be Haney's career over. It could be over after that if he gets seriously hurt. Miller is a disgrace to boxing. More juice than Lance Armstrong. Yeah, well, yeah. But you mustn't have been here, James, when I read this comment out. But is this fair enough to say, this comment, about what this kid left about Miller? Miller popping dirty 6 years ago isn't a valid excuse for why he can't fight Joshua now, especially not when Joshua keeps trying to rematch White, even though White has popped dirty more than Miller has, and when people are calling for Joshua versus Fury. Even Fury is also a drugs cheat. Miller has been clean for years now, so there is no excuses anymore. Miller versus Joshua should happen. Miller versus Wilder should happen. I tell you what, I know I'm going over all ground, but I think that's bang. I think that's fair enough, because to my knowledge, Dillian White has popped more times. He's popped 4 times, where Miller's popped twice. Conor Ben's popped twice. Tyson Fury once. Billy Joe Saunders once. Canelo Alvarez once. Jamie Mongal once. There's so many what have popped. But Dillian White has popped more times than Jarrell Miller. So therefore, it should be what's good for the goose should be good for the gander. Why is Dillian White getting a fight with Moses and Toma? Dillian White hasn't proved any, and he hasn't provided any evidence in his last one when he popped. What did he do? He fucked off to Marbella for 2 years or a year and then come back, and he's cleared. How did he get cleared? Where was his evidence? And then exactly the same when he popped against the Colombian lad. Was he Colombian? What was his name? You know what I mean? And his B sample never come back. So for me, I just see it as, if he's a disgrace, then he's a disgrace. And he's a disgrace. You know, Conor Ben never proved any innocent, but we all tuned in to watch the fight, even me. And I'm probably the biggest hypocrite on here, because I've roasted Conor Ben for years. Even before he was a drugs cheat, and especially since he was a drugs cheat. Oscar Rivas, that's it, Ty. But I still watched the fight, I was against it, but I still watched it. And I give him credit for the fight because it was an excellent fight. So I think Miller deserves a shot. Dubois is the Lance Armstrong of boxing. Well, there's speculations about him as well, isn't there? Why did he? Why did he fucking? Where were you for 27 days, Dubois? When you were supposed to fight Joseph Parker? People are saying, was he juicing? I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to say he was. I'm just saying these are the things what can float around the internet. Have floated around the internet. 28 is your prime. 28 is your prime. Too early to write off. Yeah, good point. Haney has too many hard fights. Haney pro since 16, yeah. Oh, what's going on here? Haney gets credit. Right, sorry. Swipe me. Chat up. Eggweights drug Norman cheated his dad as part of the ops. Yeah, I've missed some of the chat. I'm sorry because it's just jumped. As I swiped up, it's jumped up and I can't remember where I was. Miller stops Ergovich. Good point. Could do. That's a good fight, actually. That's a very good fight. See, these are fights what we should be seeing. That's a fucking good fight, that. Ergovich Miller. Would Ergovich outbox him? Or would Miller break his soul when Ergovich is hitting him with everything in the kitchen sink and can't budge him? That's a good fight, man. I like that avatar. Miller's piss burns through 2 inches of steel. Fucking ace of the bionic man. I'd give life for bans for popping twice. Yeah, fair play. Fair play. I think they should. I think they should be banned. But if other fighters are popping 3, 4, and 5 times and still fighting, then Miller, who's popped twice, in my eyes, should get a shot. He should be able to fight. And he's been clean for the last few. Don't get me wrong. A drug cheat's a drug. You know what I'm trying to say. It doesn't make it fair that other fighters, in my eyes, are popping, but still no one's saying anything. None of the press or anything, and they're fighting. Yet everyone's bullying one fighter because he popped. Do you know what I mean? That's how I see it anyway. Imagine how dark Miller's piss was. I reckon it was mistaken for acid. Oscar Rivas, due all facts. Miller's piss glows in the dark. I think Miller gets blasted more because he has 4 or 5 different drugs inside him. When he popped each time, lol, he said he's big Pharmacy Miller, and people call him. Yeah, could be a good point. That's a good point. That's a fair enough point. Fury refused the PEDS test once, apparently. Well, yeah, I like Ergovich, but fades badly in late rounds. That's where Miller could come on strong. That's a good fight, man. I like that fight. Triple knee was headbutting Ergovich like Primark. Yeah, that's what I mean. They go on about other fighters being dirty fighters. Dubois is a dirty fighter. That's a fact. He does use his head. Yes, triple knee, even low blows. Miller at one point. Yes. Right, so let's talk about this then. For me, I think you could be right, Boxing Monkey. I think Devin Haney is, well, he does. That last fight I watched, the Ramirez fight, like I say, I turned it off after 2 rounds, after round 10. Didn't even, when it went to round 10, I turned it off because I couldn't be asked to watch it because I was falling asleep. It was boring as fuck with the amount of running what Haney did. But you might not be able to run against that guy because that guy is one serious operator. He's a killer, isn't he? He's a killer, that Brian Norman Jr. And I watched a few interviews with him last week, and he seems like a really nice guy. Right, let's talk about this then. Rematch. This also come through Sunday night. Turkey tweeted this on Twitter. or should I say X. The rematch, Conor Benn versus Chris Eubanks Jr. 2. Do I want to see? Yes, I do. But not yet for me. Not yet. Because I think Conor Benn and Chris Eubank need to go off and fight someone half decent in their own divisions. But I would like to see the fight again because I think it was a good fight. Or as like Curtis Woodhouse said on Porky's the other day, do you really want to see this fight? Because the first fight told you everything what you needed to see. It was a great fight. Conor lost. So is the second fight a cash grab? I thought that was a fair comment what he put. The bums watching Holyfield headbutting competition. Yeah, Holyfield was a bit of a dirty fighter as well. And the thumb on the old boxing gloves where the thumb wasn't attached. Holyfield was notorious for fucking, especially when he fought Riddick Bowe. Was it the first or second fight? He kept hitting Bowe in the fucking eye with the thumb. Daniel, the Billy Goat Dubois. I think Don Charles tells the bums to do dirty tricks. That wouldn't put me past me. Off old Con Charles. You all know he's a con man. Still hasn't come up with this illness. And these doctors. Con Charles is a fanny. It's a fanny. Dev is Black Jesus. Norman can't mess with him. Con Charles has a fanny between. Oh, come on, man. It has a fanny between his legs. It's a great fight, yes. Oh, for fuck's sake, they should go into their own weight class. I think so, Triple Knee. I think so. I'll read this. It's dangerous for Chris himself. Yeah. The problem with the rematch, but no Eubank hydration, because, well, they're on about that, aren't they? Eubanks is pretty much got a foot over what he can do now in this fight. Come in at pretty much a decent weight where he won't be drained. Big Rick's put, Loz, this is a cash grab, bro. A cash grab, bro. I think you're right. That's what Curtis Woodhouse said. And I think you're right, Rick. I think you're right, yes. I would like to see the fight, but I wouldn't want to see it just yet. Maybe next year. Maybe next year. But it was a brilliant fight. But if I'm honest, especially if Eubanks allowed to put some decent weight on, I think Eubanks might flog him this time and possibly knock him out. Because Conor Benn showed me in round 12, he got hurt, seriously hurt, man. And he was holding on like fuck for the last half of that round 12. But it was a cracking fight. And kudos to them both for putting up a great show for the boxing fans. Even though I'm an hypocrite because I was against it. Eubank hasn't got much left. It's another big payday. Yes, I agree. Liz has put, yeah, I want to see it. I want to see it. First fight was good. Yeah, it was awesome. Someone get Hay to smash Don's jaw for him again. Yeah. Loz, is it true that the fighters who start later tend to go on for longer? It seems like. I don't know. That's a good point. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Because sometimes it's like that in football, isn't it? Some of the players what started late, some of them have ended up like, look at who's he, for instance, Jamie Vardy. He's only just left fucking Leicester this end of this season, just gone. And I think he's gone to another team. But Jamie Vardy didn't start playing professional football or Premier League football till he was about, was it 26? Same with Ian Wright. I'm not sure Ian Wright went on as long as what Vardy did, but do you know what I mean? So I honestly don't know. I think it just depends. Yeah, like James Jameson said, it seems less damage by the end of their careers. Yeah, could be. Who is more annoying, Conor Benn or Fury? I don't know, because it's weird because if anyone who's been following me long enough, I used to hammer both of these. And it got to the point where it was really becoming stale, where I was just constantly talking about them all the time. But since Fury's disappeared and Conor Ben's, I just accepted that he was fighting, because it didn't matter how much I banged the drum, he was getting a fight anyway. And since he put up a good performance against Eubanks, and Fury went away, I haven't really fucking thought about them. But they both have got their own funny little ways, haven't they? I don't know, because Conor Ben, Fury's can be annoying because of all the interviews what he does and all the shit what he talks. But Conor Ben's, I don't know if any of you follow him on Twitter. Man, that guy doesn't. He's like Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson. Them three are ruthless with Twitter fingers. They cannot leave Twitter alone. Devin Haney's terrible. Conor Ben's calmed down a little bit. But when Conor Ben, you always know when Conor Ben was making a fight or coming back, because he'd just start calling out loads of fighters and giving them shit for no reason. So that was annoying. And in fact, I muted Conor Ben because it was becoming that annoying. I muted him, turned his notifications off. Pacquiao, sorry, I read that, missed that. Duran put stone in his pockets and turned pro at 16 and still fighting till he's 40. Yes, that's a good point. I kind of like Eubanks now. He is a wind-up merchant. Yeah, he can sell. Another great shit talker who can sell fights. Pantomime villain turned hero, hasn't he? I read that. The number one who is obsessed. The one who is obsessed with the middleweight. Yeah, could be. Pacquiao, first fight was 15 and now he's fighting at 45. What a warrior. Yeah, but he shouldn't be fighting. He shouldn't be fighting for a world title, I think, Boxing Monkey. I think that's bullshit, that man. He's just come back after 4 years of retirement and gone straight to the top of the queue. I think that's disgusting. But it's WBC, isn't it? It's definitely Fury. Bruce Gass, salute to you, brother. Salute, OG. Thanks for coming through. I hope you're well. Right, let's have a look what we can... I have got other things to talk about. We can come back about Fury and that in a minute. This come up the other day on Facebook. Who's the king of UK boxing? Tyson Fury, Lennox Lewis, Joe Calzaghe. Well, everyone was saying, for starters, what? Hey, up Tavara, salute to you, man. I hope you're well, brother. Thanks for coming through. Everyone was saying, what the hell's Tyson Fury doing there? But then when I combed through the comments a bit further down, it was, I would say, 70-30 Joe Calzaghe, which I thought was quite... I could see where people are coming from, because everyone was saying Calzaghe because he never lost, and people were saying, yeah, but Lennox was undisputed. Joe Calzaghe was never undisputed. So, I don't know, it was mixed feelings. Who would you lot go for? Let's see what everyone's saying. And James Jameson's put, Boxing Monkeys put Lennox, no dispute. Triple Knees put Lennox or Kawasaki. And then he's put Bruce. I was talking to Bruce. James Jameson's put Calzaghe. Carl Frott's the king of UK boxing, don't you hear? He sold out 60,000 at Wembley. Yeah, exactly. Boxing Kangaroo. 80. No, only 60. Calzaghe. I would say, and I'll tell you the reason why I'm going to say Lennox, even though Calzaghe was a formidable fighter. I'm going to say Lennox, and the reason, two reasons being, for me, Lennox, even though he lost, he beat everyone who beat him. He revenged all his losses. I'm sure he did, to my knowledge. and he became undisputed. They're the two things what trump Calzaghe for me. Outlaw, salute to you, me good bro. Salute to you. Jared's put Calzaghe. Salute to you, Outlaw. Thanks for coming through, brother. So, for me, I would say Lennox because, one, he was undisputed, and two, he revenged everyone who beat him. And that's what trumps Calzaghe for me. Calzaghe, reason being why I think Lennox trumps him is because I think that Calzaghe, and I did a video on this, him and Roy Jones Jr. were both middleweight champions in 1995. I found it on Wikipedia. 1995 to 1996, they were both in the same division. They might not have been champions, but they were both in the same division, and they never met. And then obviously, Roy went on to, I think he might have been super middle then. It wasn't middleweight, it must have been super middle. Calzaghe moved up to light heavyweight. Not Calzaghe, Roy Jones moved up. And I also believe that Joe Calzaghe should have fought Roy Jones, Bernard Hopkins, who was the other guy? Was it Michael Nunn? And possibly not James Toney, because I don't know if James Toney had moved up by then. But I just feel that Joe Calzaghe could have definitely fought Roy Jones Jr. And I always remember around the table, he was asked why he never fought Roy Jones Jr. or Bernard Hopkins in their prime. And he came out and said it was something to do with the money. The money, it wasn't enough money or something like that. It was something to do with the money. And that's the only reason why I've got Lennox over Joe. Even though Joe retired, do you know what I mean? Unbeaten. I still think, what would it have been like if Joe Calzaghe had fought Roy Jones Jr. in his prime? Well, when he was a middleweight, super middleweight, whatever, and Bernard Hopkins. Now, bear in mind, both of these guys both put him down when they were both pretty much finished. I'm not trying to take away from Calzaghe what he's done, because Calzaghe was a phenomenal fighter. But I don't know, it's all ifs and buts, but that's the reason why I give Lennox two things what over trump Calzaghe. Lennox Olympic gold and cleaned out the division. Exactly. Juju, I was talking to him. Only because Calzaghe didn't have anyone to overturn a loss. Well, that's a good point, but you'd have to go, if you go back through my archives, I do explain it actually pretty good in the video. There was a time, Jared, honestly, I found the rankings on Wikipedia. Sure, it was Wikipedia. I found the rankings anyway at the time. And Joe Calzaghe and Roy Jones Jr., I'm sure it was super middleweight. I could be wrong. But they were both in the same division at the same time. And it's when Calzaghe was making a hell of a noise over here. Was it 96? It could have been 1996. But I found it. I do explain it in the video. Calzaghe fought Bernard and Roy. Yes, he did. But like I say, James, for me, they were coming. Well, Roy Jones had been beaten badly by Tarver, hadn't he? And who's he? Bernard Hopkins. Was Bernard just coming off a loss to Kovalev? Audley Harrison for me. Fucking hell. Both threw the belts away a duck. He's talking to someone. I don't know. So everyone's got their opinion. Do you know, would Calzaghe beat Bivol or better be ever light heavyweight? Not for me. Well, he's I don't know. Not for me. No, not like that. No. I think Bivol is a tremendous fighter. I'm better be. They're the two. I don't know. It's hard to say. At the end of the day, it's fucking fantasy fighting, isn't he? Calzaghe was a great fighter. You know, I always remember the Byron Mitchell fight. That's a classic fight for me, where Byron Mitchell decks him, and then he gets up and decks him, and then stops him. Calzaghe versus Froch. I always had Joe. Yeah. I think I might have said I'd go for Froch, but looking back, I don't know. I'd probably go Calzaghe. Fish Eyes is undefeated Froch for me, Outlaw. Yeah, Calzaghe in his prime was a match for anyone, and yet I think he beats Froch all day. Yeah, I wouldn't write Froch off. He's definitely got some grit, but I feel his defence flaws. Yeah, Carl Froch would have blamed the volcano ash if he loses to Calzaghe. It's a great matchup. Yes, it is a great matchup. Calzaghe would be far too quick for Froch and throws too many punches for him. It would have been a great fight. I think you're right there, Jared. He'd thrown too many punches. But would Joe have had the power to have put Froch down? I don't think so, but I don't know. I wouldn't say a clean knockdown, but he may. I don't know. Froch had a granite chin though, didn't he? That's what Froch was known for, his granite chin. Calzaghe was good at stopping people, like you say, with his volumes of punches. I wouldn't say he was a massive hitter. I wouldn't say he was pillar-fisted or anything, but I wouldn't say he was a massive hitter, Calzaghe. But saying that, he put a lot of fighters down, and he did Richie Woodall. Did Eubanks go down off him? Can't remember. He beat some good fighters, man. Steve Collins was a good fighter. He was a good fighter, and he fucking fraped him. I used to like Steve Collins, man. I thought Collins was a very underestimated fighter. Doesn't seem to get his credit, Steve Collins. And I thought he was a cracking fighter, man. And Calzaghe smoked him. Great matchup. Froch would take Joe's punches and march on and eventually catch him. You see, it's a fight what should have happened, shouldn't it? But it never did, unfortunately. It was a shame. Froch asked Kessler what his favourite tattoo is. Now, there's another good fighter. Forgot about him. Mikael Kessler was a fucking great fighter. And Calzaghe beat him. And he beat Froch the first time, but Froch did beat him the second time. Kessler, great fighter, man. Tough lad. Tough lad. Great engine. Pretty big puncher. Great chin. Kessler was a dangerous fighter, man. Yeah, and fair credit, they both beat Kessler, didn't they? Right, what else have we got to talk about, was? So, said that, done that. What's this? Oh, yeah, we can't finish without talking about this. Big Rick, another one. What, Big Rick, the big encyclopedia boxing, my ears and eyes for boxing. Without Rick, I wouldn't know what I'd do. Great fight. Now, there's two things I want to talk about here. My initial thoughts when Big Rick told me this was, oh my God, Yard's going to get hammered. That was the first initial thing I thought. Second of all, I thought, how'd you go from fighting Lyndon Arthur to fighting David Benavidez? Why is Callum Smith not fighting Benavidez? Surely Callum Smith deserves a shot after beating Buatsi. Well, you could say that, Boxing Monkey, but is David Benavidez? Where's his power gone, man? He don't seem to have that power at light heavyweight. Yard's a natural light heavyweight. Yes, he looks a bit shot, if I do say so. Benavidez is obviously a lot fresher, faster hands. Yardy being the natural, I would say, bigger puncher than Benavidez and the bigger dude. Benavidez don't seem to have that power at the moment, but could completely school him. Let's see what everyone's saying. Oh yeah, for me, Yard doesn't deserve a title shot. Good point. Good point. Now, is this for the WBC light heavyweight title, Outlaw? Because I read something today that it was. That David Benavidez was defending his WBC light heavyweight title, and I thought, how the fuck has excuse me, how the hell has Ben... See you later, James. Salute, thanks for coming through, my good man. Peace to you, mate. Yes, it is, Loz. So has Bivol been stripped? Or has Bivol been stripped? Because to the last of my knowledge, he was undisputed at light heavyweight. Benavidez by stoppage. Yard's a gatekeeper. For me, Yard don't deserve it. Bumnello fans using the fact that Bumnello KO's Kovalev, who beat Yard, discredit the fight when Canelo only fought Kovalev. Drained also already fought Yard. Yeah, good point. Yard, the bodybuilding bum. I thought Smith was fighting Benavidez, but Yard got it. Right, so that's bullshit. Yeah, Bivol has been stripped. Right, I didn't know that. Thanks, Tarver, for summing that up. Yeah, and you, Big Rick. I didn't know that. Because I read it on Facebook today and I thought, who the fuck's... I seen the picture, not that picture, but I seen the picture what some guy put, and I thought to myself, is this guy fucking tripping or something? Bivol's the WBC champion. So let me get this right. Bivol's been stripped. Is it for the vacant belt, or Benavidez got it because he was ranked number 1? How the fucking hell has Anthony Yard deserved that then? That's bullshit, man. That's bullshit. Anthony Yard doesn't deserve that shot. What, after fucking Callum Smith beat the guy who you should have been fighting and were linked to fight years ago? Callum Smith has a dogfight with him, and it was a cracking fight. Probably one in there for top 5 fights of the year for me. In an all-out war, Callum Smith defeats him. You have a fight with Lyndon Arthur and some Polish dude who you look shot to smithereens, and you get a title shot? That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Yeah, Bivol stripped. Bivol had to give the WBC title up because he had contracted the fight. Is this for the third fight? Right, okay, yes, I'm with you, Jared. Exactly, Loz. Yard jumped the queue and don't deserve it. Fucking boxing's wrong, man. So this is another bullshit move then what the WBC have done. Not only have they done it with Pacquiao and Barrios, with Pacquiao being retired for 4 years and coming back and skipping past the top 15 of the WBC, that poor fella who's number 1, and whoever holds the interim belts and all that, and he's fighting Barrios for the WBC title. Fucking Yardy goes life and death with Lyndon Arthur in his last fight. Could say he's shot, because he didn't look good in that Lyndon Arthur fight, and he didn't look good in his last fight against that Polish guy who he couldn't put away for fucking toffee. Now he's fighting for a fucking... Oh, man, get the fuck out of here with this shit. Fucking boxing. That fucking stinks, man. That's disgusting. That is fucking so wrong. I understand Benavidez getting the belt, because a bit like Jared's just said, because he's been stripped and that. But Yard, where the fuck's Yard come from to fight for a WBC belt? That's fucking crazy, man. That's crazy. Exactly, Loz. Yard jumped the queue and don't... Yeah, Benavidez... Right, read that. Benavidez is WBC champion. Yes, thank you. Oh, still here, Boxing Kangaroo. Salute to you. Boxing is dying. No wonder, man. Callum Smith and Eddie Hearn said that they need 2 weeks to see if they want the fight. then Callum didn't like the money or the fact that it was in Saudi. Right, so then Yard got if that's the situation, then fair enough to Yardy then. Callum Smith shouldn't have fucked about then. If he was offered the fight first, Yardy's about to get fucked up. Yeah. I was talking to Triple Knee. So that's still crazy though, man. I thought even someone like Buatsi might have got a shot or someone else. That's crazy, man. If it's beat Bumyard, I heard it out of Eddie's mouth. All right, fair dues then. But you never know, is Eddie lying? But if that's the case, boxing kangaroo, then fair play to Yardy. Then if it was offered to Callum Smith first, and he didn't like the money and didn't want to take it because it was in Saudi, then that more do him. Then more do him as he. That's just crazy though. I thought Callum Smith would have jumped at that opportunity. I heard it out of Eddie's mouth. Bumyard needs a new trainer like 3-4 years ago. He's not getting any better or younger and lacks boxing basics. Facts, outlaw. Tundi's done a good job with him, but he can only take him so far. Yard needs to fight Buatsi. Absolutely he does. Lee Soul, salute to you, bro. He's put hello, been a while. Oh, thanks for coming through. I hope you're well, brother. Thanks very much for coming through. Yeah, you've been around a while, haven't you, Lee Soul? I always remember that name because of one of my Tyson Fury videos. And that name, your name stuck out to me for some unknown reason. But salute to you, bro. Rick's put facts outlaw. Jared's put Yard is ranked 4th in the WBC rankings. So how the fuck has he got it then, Jared? That's crazy then. So they've done 1, 2, and 3 and give it Yardy. After going like, man, someone make boxing make sense to me. Somebody make boxing make sense to me. This shit's crazy. What the fuck are the WBC playing at, man? So he's ranked number 4. So let me get this straight. Bivol's been stripped because he's apparently having the third fight with Beterbiev. Okay, I understand that. So then David Benavidez gets evaluated to the champion. Right, I understand that. Callum Smith's offered the fight, doesn't take it because he's not happy with the money, according to Eddie Hills. Yard's ranked number 4. Gone life and death with a Polish fucking bin man and couldn't put him away, and went life and death with Lyndon Arthur. Pretty much, no disrespect to Lyndon, a pretty much C-class level British fighter, B-class. I do like Lyndon. I like the lad. I'm just trying to put it in. He's not a British title holder, is he? Don't own the Lonsdale belt, so you can't call him an A-class British fighter. So therefore, he's either B-class or C-class. Yard's ranked number 4, and he skips past 3, 2, and 1 and gets a world title shot. That's some fucking crazy bullshit. That is, man. That doesn't make sense to me. There's no disrespect to Tundi, and Yard needs to move on. There aren't as many options in the WBC rankings other than Yard. Gavolstik is ranked higher and is coming off a win at 9-7. Yard has beaten Lyndon. Yeah, but why is Volstik not get it though if he's ranked higher? I know Volstik's just lost to Benavidez. Bricktop karaoke song is I Can't Take My Eyes Off You. I love it. Boxing Kangaroos laughing lots. Callum Smith is ranked number 3. So he's... So why was he not ranked to Volt? Where's Volstik then? Tavara? Where's Gavolstik ranked? Who's number 1 and who's number 2? Because number 1 and number 2 should have got it. Right, here we go. He's put it. Callum Smith is ranked number 3. Beterbiev is also ranked higher. He's also going to fight Bivol. Yes, I know. At number 2, Morel is fighting Catch or whatever. And Albert Ramirez is 4. Above Yard, but he's unknown. It doesn't matter, though, if he's unknown. If he's ranked above... I'm not saying you're saying it like that. If he's ranked number 4 and he's above Yard, even if Morel's fighting someone, I'm sure if they'd have offered it Morel, he would have taken that fight. Dropped out of his fight, paid step-aside money to his opponent, and gone and fight Benavidez. And for the guy who's not known, he should have got the opportunity before. Benavidez is number 2, and obviously Beterbiev is number 1. Yeah, I understand that, Jared, because obviously, like you say, they're not going to give it to Beterbiev if, well, they're not going to because he's fighting. They're not going to strip Bivol and give it Beterbiev because it's undisputed again, isn't he? So obviously they're going to give it Benavidez because the WBC have stripped him for fighting Beterbiev for a 3rd time. David just signed with Turkey. This fight with Yard will be the first fight away from the PBC banner. Yes, it will. That's right. At least he's chasing the champions at 175. Very good point. Very good point. With Bivol being lineal champion. Yeah, Bivol is about to lose the IBF belt as well due to the trilogy with Beterbiev being postponed until 2000. Fucking hell's that when it is? I was going to do a video actually the other day saying what's happened to Beterbiev at Bivol. So I hadn't heard shit about him. Morel would punch Yard inside out. Yeah. Is that David Morel? Boxing kangaroo. Bruno had 4 world title shots and now Yard is having 3 shots at it. Yeah, bad shit, man. I mean, I'm not begrudging Yardy fighting for a title shot. I like Anthony Yard. But for me, he's never been the same after that Beterbiev fight. I watched him against that Polish. Well, he was inactive for ages, wasn't he? And then he fought that Polish guy who nobody had heard of. And he stunk the place out. It was a fucking snooze fest. Yeah, David from Cuba is a great fight. Yeah, I've seen him, yeah. David Morel is a monster and a problem. Yeah, because that's who... wasn't Benavidez supposed to fight him? Or did they fight? I think they fought, didn't they? And Benavidez won. Did he? I'm going senile in my old age. I'm sure they fought, didn't they, Morel and Benavidez? In a very close fight. I can't remember now. I'm going fucking senile. I've definitely seen David Morel. So, yeah, Benavidez won. Yeah, so I did see. Yeah. He beat Yardy. Yeah, and I do like Yard, but no, man, not for me. I think I don't know. I think Benavidez. If I'm honest, I think Benavidez will just completely outclass him. Possibly could stop him late on. But I think Yard might have little success. I think he's finished now, if I'm honest. Right, let's finish up on this then. So, John Fury's still out there in space somewhere. I'm sure Big JF, the big bad hiding man, I'm sure Big JF will be popping down soon. As Tyson was asked, will his dad be in the corner? He said, yeah, my dad never left. So he'll be coming back down from Mars soon. For me, if I'm honest, I think whoever said earlier that Turkey really needs to be criticised for making this fight, if it does, because Tyson Fury, in my eyes, doesn't deserve a shot at Usyk. Not when you've lost twice, get to the back of the queue, like Anthony Joshua had to, and all the other fighters who have lost to him. Do I want to see the fight a third time? Not really, because I think it's the same outcome. Who does Tyson Fury fight next? I think, and I strongly believe the winner of the Bums versus Usyk, he will fight the winner of them. Either way, if Usyk wins, he'll fight him. Either way, if Daniel Dubois wins. That's what I believe, and I believe Anthony Joshua will go on to fight the winner of them. Next heavyweight fight to make it, I think, is Ajit Kabayel and Josie Parker. DJ Rush, where haven't you been around before? Are you the kid from America? I'll give you a wrench anyway. I'm sure you remember that name. Somebody to. For me, I don't want to see that fight, DJ Rush. I'll tell you the reason why. It's because I think Joe Parker has done more than enough, and so has Kabayel. Why should one of them have to lose when both of them deserve a title shot? That's just how I see it. I believe that them, even though it would be a great fight and a fight I very, very, very much would love to see, I just think, why should them two, after all the tough fights what they've had and the wins, have to fight each other and possibly still not even get a title shot before Anthony Joshua or Tyson Fury? And one of them's going to lose. And whoever loses that fight, if they were to fight, I believe is pushed right the way back. That's just how I believe. That's the reason why I don't want to see that fight. Benavidez won, yeah. Morrell, yeah, I've read that. Morrell might have a very tough fight in his next fight. Okay. Next, yeah, I've read that. I can't stand Lyson Fury. I love it. Charlene, salute to you, sweetheart. I was just going to say, Parker and Kabayel deserve title shots rather than fight each other. Totally agree with you. Chet Collins, salute to you, man. Why is your wrench gone? Canadian, salute to you, Chet. I haven't seen you for a while, but fucking hell. Don't know what's happened, why your wrench is gone, but I'll give it you back anyway. Salute to you, Chet. He's put, hey, Big Loz, your Canadian brother. It's been a minute. Good to see you. Oh, salute to you, my good man. Thanks, Chet, for coming through. You've been around a while. Tell you what, sure YouTube were playing games with my channel, man. I had 2 people say to me last week, Loz, didn't even get a fucking notification. I'm not getting new phone. Okay, salute to you. Okay, fair enough. People saying they're not getting notifications and that. Boxing Monkeys put 100% agree. Both Kabayel and Parker more than deserve than AJ and Fury. Facts, absolutely. Totally agree with you. Outlaw me good brothers put, I don't mind seeing Parker Kabayel. Only if it's for a vacant title and no other. Yes, I agree, Outlaw. I agree, yes, absolutely, mate. That's the only way I would want to see, because then it guarantees that one of them is going to become a world champion. So, yes, great point there, Outlaw. Didn't think of it like that, but yes, I totally agree. Strangers put, Loz D is the Kurt DeVille of the UK, lol. Oh, salute to you. DJ Rush put, I wish the kind of heavyweight division had multiple different champions for each sanctioning body. That's why Kabayel can fight for a WBC title and Parker for another. They both get shots. Yeah, if they're going to go off and get the shots, but what you got to think of is Kabayel and Parker both fight under Bricktop, who is Tyson Fury's manager, Daniel Dubois' manager, Fabio Wardley's manager, and he's not Derek's manager, but Derek is fighting under. Derek had a couple of fights under him, and I believe obviously that Tyson is the main asset because he's the one who will definitely sell the most tickets and put bums on seats. So he's the golden goose for Bricktop. Then the bums, and then Fabio Wardley. Plus they're all Brits, and I think Bricktop knows that Caballel and Parker are definitely a threat and more than capable of beating any of them. So he'll put them at the back burner. As look what he did with Tyson Fury and the Derek Chisora scenario when there was fights to be made. They were bullshitting around with the Usyk shit. Oh, he comes out. Derek Chisora's the only credible opponent, and then Ngannou. Do you see where I'm going with it? The Bricktop is notorious for blocking fights. He's notorious for it. And I believe the same thing he did with Parker with the bums. That was a plain duck, that, on Parker. And they never had any intention of fighting Parker because it was a potential banana skin. That's why they jumped the loop and went straight to Undisputed. And it was always set in stone in my eyes the day that Daniel Dubois got in the ring after the Tyson Fury Alexander Usyk fight. That fight was sealed. You don't get in a ring and call for a rematch in my eyes, if that fight's not been made. That's just what I believe. Fury should fight each other. Yeah, many more deserve it. Totally agreed, Chet. Absolutely. Frank's cornered the heavy. He has conquered the heavyweight. He has. You're right. He's got it on lockdown. And fucking God only knows what he's going to do, Outlaw, if he gets undisputed, bro. I got Bud washing Canelo. I'm lazy. Yeah, I think on points. Yeah. Moses and Tuma now is the top 10. Could be beat McCauley and Zhang and Parker. Yeah. But there's another fighter. There's another heavyweight. That's another golden goose. Moses and Tuma. Look how they've catapulted him straight to number 1 rank for the WBO when he's fought nobody. Marius Wack. I was all talking to you. But embarrassing, Canelo gets robbed on cards, yeah. Moses beat Bacoli and Zhang for sure. It'd be a good fight, chat. I like Moses and Toma, but I just don't jump on the bandwagon that he's the next Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis like they're all saying. Because I haven't seen it. Only because, chat, I haven't seen him do enough just yet. It's too early for me. When I'll start making judgments when he's fighting fighters like he was fighting Dillian White, if he blows him away and Joe Joyce and so on and so on. Then I'll start taking serious note of him. I was talking to Outlaw, I was talking to Stranger. Thanks, bro. DJ Rush is put after Canelo and Crawford. I still, if Canelo keeps fighting, want to see Crawford versus Drum Boots Ennis. I don't believe it would happen. Would have a problem selling, and I think same for Canelo. Yeah, good point. Yeah, absolutely. And another fight I want to see is not that. Where is he? I want to see that Boots versus Virgil Ortiz. That's got to happen. That's a cracking fight. I want to see these fights. Boots is calling for all this smoke. Why are you not fighting? Virgil Ortiz? That's a cracking fight, man. And a dangerous fight. Bacoli and Chinzangas, yeah. It's Denaro calls him Wu-Tang Zhang, isn't he? Yeah, I'll talk to Outlaw. Based on his style, yeah. Wilder's finish, strangeness, yeah. Right, I'm up out of here. Outlaw Pugilist, my good brother. Salute to you, bro. We'll be live tomorrow night for the Catterall fight. So if you want to jump on, Outlaw, you're more than welcome. I've got Jared coming on, my good man from Wales. Loz, I'm starting to see Boots as a duck. Yes, I know. Yes, I've seen your video. That's a good point. Good video what you made. Los Benavidez gets knocked out if he fights Jaya Bataille. Yeah, could do. I want to see that Zardo fight, man. That's the fight for me. I didn't upload it. I thought I did. That's the fight I want to see. Gilberto Ramirez versus Jaya Bataille. That's the fight they need to make. Is that it? No. That's Devin Haney versus the Assassin. Another great fight. I mustn't have uploaded it. Yeah. That's the only fight. Yeah. Benavidez may be punching above his weight there. You could be right. Boots or Ti, I want to see both them gain belts, them fight for unification. Yeah, it could be. Yeah. Yeah. Good point. Los Angeles, yeah, read that. Boots Ortiz will be a modern classic. Both. Exactly. You know what I'm talking about, Boxing Monkey. But I do understand what DJ Rush has put. It would be better if they both had belts. Los, check out Eddie Earn's new heavyweight fighting tomorrow. Leo Atan, is that the new AJ lol? Yes, will do. You don't like Jake Paul Ramirez, Los? Absolutely fucking not. Can't stand that fucking Jake Paul. Makes my piss boil. Mugging off the fucking sport. Virgil Ortiz put a great fucking tweet about him the other day, but we're the fools who still keep buying it. Not me, like I've never brought any of his fights. Thanks, Los. Enjoyed it listening tonight. And yeah, same to you. I'll catch you tomorrow. So I'm up out of here. Jared, I'll ring you in the morning, my good man. Big Rick from across the pond. Salute to you, bro. Why is this computer not fucking... Oh, God, this computer does my head in, man. Oh, I don't know. No, I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. Outlaw Pugilist, salute to you, brother. Big Rick, salute to you. DJ Russ, salute to you. Boxing Monkey, you crazy fool from down under, salute to you, my good man. Strangeness, salute to you. Chet Collins, my good man from across the pond, salute to you. Tyrone, salute, bro. Boxing Kangaroo, salute. If I've missed you, Tavares, salute to you, my good man. Charlene, salute to you, sweetheart. Later, Gator. Oh, salute to you. Good luck, Loz. Oh, salute to you. Right, I'm up out of here. I will be live tomorrow night for the Catterall Harlem Newbank fight. And I will be having Jared on. And it'll be an open panel. Whoever wants to get on can get on. What's the top tier? What a top tier live. Oh, salute to you. I'm more sold on Fabio Wardley than Moses and Tuma. Both are part of the same promotion, bound to happen eventually. Yes, absolutely it will do. Be a good fight. I think that should happen sooner rather than later, if I'm honest. The way how them Muppets keep bigging up in Tuma to be. But yeah, that's a cracking fight. It needs to happen. I think it should happen, like I say, sooner rather than later. But peace and blessings to you. I'm up out of here. Back tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your night. Peace out.